Have you ever met someone who wasn't the most physically attractive person in the room, but they had just something about them, that undeniable energy that made people gravitate toward them? Attraction is often thought of as something you can see, but the most powerful form of attraction is something you can feel. It's the way someone moves, the quiet confidence, the ease in their presence, the way their energy lingers even after they're gone. It's the scent of their cologne left behind on their seatbelt, the warmth of their hand on your back, the way their voice settles in your bones after a long day apart. These are the things that stay with us, that captivate us, that make us long for someone, not because of what they look like, but because of how they make us feel. We live in a world that's obsessed with appearances. Social media feeds are filled with flawless faces, sculpted bodies, and the illusion that attraction is purely visual. But have you ever noticed how some of the most captivating people aren't necessarily the most conventionally attractive? There's something deeper that draws us in. It's presence, energy, the unspoken language of someone who is fully in themselves. Attraction isn't about perfection. It's about resonance. Think about the moments you have felt most drawn to someone. Was it in their perfect symmetry, or was it the way they looked at you with unwavering attention, as if you were the only person in the room? Was it their designer clothes, or was it the way they carried themselves? The quiet, effortless self-assurance that made you feel safe, seen, and alive. True attraction is never just about appearance. It's about depth. It's the warmth of someone's presence, the security in their embrace, the way they make you feel when they walk into a room. There's a reason why we talk about attraction in terms of energy. Masculine energy is often described as grounding, unwavering, strong. The presence of a man who doesn't need to prove himself, who just simply is. And feminine energy? It's fluid, magnetic, intuitive. It's the quiet allure of a woman who is fully in her softness, in her radiance, in her knowing. It's not about playing roles. It's about feeling energy. And when the energies align, that's when attraction transcends looks. That's when you find yourself drawn to someone in a way you can't explain, but only feel. Confidence isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being so at home in yourself that others feel at home around you. It's about the pause before you speak, the way you listen, the certainty in your movements. And it's not about proving your worth. It's about knowing it. Too often, we've been taught to chase aesthetics instead of building depth, to value someone for their appearance before we even understand their presence. But what happens when the beauty fades? When the perfection wears off? What remains? Attraction that lasts isn't built on looks alone. It's built on the way someone makes you feel, on their kindness, their presence, their ability to make you feel safe, seen, and understood. That's what makes someone irresistible. Have you ever felt a connection so deep, it's as if your souls have met before, where attraction goes beyond the surface, beyond beauty, beyond charm, and into something unshakable? There's something about the way we connect that goes far beyond words, beyond physical attraction, beyond the scripted roles we've been conditioned to play. Some connections feel electric, others feel like home. But what makes one relationship fleeting and another feel like destiny? What makes true love truly last? And of course, attraction matters. The way someone moves, the way they smell, the sound of their voice after a long day apart, those things stir something deep inside us. But what happens when the physical fades, when the novelty wears off, and when real life sets in? We live in this world obsessed with surface level attraction. We swipe left or right based on appearances, forgetting that true chemistry is so much more than looks. We chase relationships based on what society says is desirable, not realizing that the strongest, most fulfilling love, that love comes when two people meet beyond the mask that they wear for the world. I mean, let's think about the moments when you've truly felt a connection to someone. Was it the way they looked? Or was it a late night conversation where you truly felt seen? Was it the way they fit into an ideal? Or was it the way their presence made you feel safe, loved, and fully accepted as yourself? During my dark night of the soul, I experienced a shift from seeing relationships as transactional or role-based to understanding them as energetic bonds that go far beyond logic and convention. I learned about metaphysical principles and emerging scientific discoveries that suggest relationships are influenced by unseen energy dynamics. The first being the law of vibration and energetic matching. You see, everything in the universe, including thoughts, emotions, and people, emits a frequency. The reason certain relationships feel so magnetic and effortless is because two people's vibrations resonate harmoniously. On the other hand, relationships that feel forced or unfulfilling often involve mismatched energies, where one or both people are operating from a place of fear, insecurity, or unmet needs. Think about a time when you met someone and instantly felt a connection before any words were even exchanged. That's not a coincidence. That's energetic alignment. Likewise, when you outgrow a relationship, it often feels like the connection has faded because your vibrational states are no longer in sync. To attract high vibrational, fulfilling relationships, you must first raise your own frequency by healing past wounds, cultivating self-love, and aligning with true essence. The second concept I learned was the concept of mirror souls and reflection. Many spiritual traditions speak about how relationships mirror back to us the aspects of ourselves that need healing. This means that the patterns we attract serve as reflections to our inner world. Say you struggle with self-worth. You may attract a partner who reinforces those doubts. And on the flip side, when you begin to embrace self-love, you start to draw people into your life who reflect the same love and respect. So instead of seeing difficult relationships as failures, view them as teachers instead. Ask yourself, what is this relationship showing me about myself? What patterns keep appearing and how can I break them? The third concept was quantum entanglement. In quantum physics, entanglement is the phenomenon where two particles, once connected, continue to influence each other even when separated by vast differences. This has profound implications for human relationships and suggests that deep connections leave an energetic imprint that remains regardless of time and space. Have you ever thought about someone only for them to call you or text you shortly after? Or maybe you felt someone's emotions even when they were far away. These are signs of an energetic bond that transcends physical presence. Simply recognizing these unseen connections can help us to understand why some relationships linger in our hearts even after they've ended. Instead of resisting this, we can honor these connections while still choosing to move forward with clarity and intention. The fourth concept was the masculine and feminine energy dynamic. Beyond gender roles, every person carries both masculine, yang, and feminine, yin, energy. Healthy relationships thrive when there is a harmonious exchange between these energies, rather than one overpowering the other. Masculine energy, regardless of gender, is about direction, structure, protection, and purpose. Feminine energy is about intuition, flow, receptivity, and nurturing. When relationships function on an energetic level rather than just societal expectations, the dance between these energies creates depth, passion, and balance. My journey through the dark night of my soul shattered conventional relationship ideals, but I was able to rebuild them on a foundation of energy, authenticity, and connection. Not just on a societal level, but on a soul level. I'll say it again, attraction is important. We are all humans after all. But if attraction is the foundation, what happens when time shifts the way we look? What happens when life changes the superficial? True connection isn't about being someone's ideal on paper. It's about energy. How does someone make you feel in their presence? Do they bring you peace or tension? Do they amplify your joy or do they drain it? Do they hold space for you to be you or just a version of you that's convenient for them? Way too often we chase the wrong things. We think if we look perfect, if we say the right words, if we fit into this mold, we'll be chosen. But love isn't about being chosen. It's about choosing and being chosen back on the deepest level. The truth is, most relationships fail not because love disappears, but because presence does. One or both people become distracted by insecurities, by past wounds, by external pressures. When you are whole within yourself, you don't need to demand presence. You command it without even trying. Your energy speaks louder than words. Think about it. When you've met someone who is truly present with you, someone who sees you, who listens to you without waiting to respond, who isn't distracted by their phone or their ego, how did that feel? Didn't time slow down? Didn't you feel safe, seen, cherished? This is why healing is so important. Because until we clear the noise within us, the fears, the need for validation, the lingering wounds from the past loves, we can't show up fully. And if we can't show up fully, we can't create loves that last. Attraction does bring people together, but alignment keeps them there. So what does alignment even mean? It means your values resonate, your energies complement rather than clash. Your spirits recognize each other in ways words can't explain. When a relationship is built on true energetic alignment, there is no need to perform, to impress, or to constantly reassure. You simply are, and that is enough. The chemistry is there, but it's deeper than desire. It's soul recognition. Like, have you ever met someone whose presence feels like home? That's not an accident. It's resonance. It's energy calling energy. And when two people meet at that level, when their connection is more than just physical, more than just obligation, it's unbreakable. Not because they never have struggles, but because their connection is rooted in something deeper than circumstances. Think about the relationships that have felt most natural to you. The ones that you didn't have to overthink, where you didn't feel like you were constantly proving your worth. That was alignment. And alignment isn't something you can fake. It isn't something that you chase. It happens when two people meet, not as a means of escape, not as a way to fill voids, but as two energies resonating on the same frequency. If you want love that feels like home, you must first become home to yourself. There was a time before the dark night of my soul where I viewed relationships through the lens of conditioning, through roles, through expectations. But life in its beautiful and painful way broke me open. It stripped me bare. It pulled me into the darkest corners of my mind, forcing me to sit with everything that I'd been avoiding over the past years. It was both my undoing and my rebirth. It was there in the solitude, in the rawness of facing everything I had once buried, that I finally understood love. We are all moving, breathing energy fields, constantly sending out frequencies. And whether we realize it or not, we are always attracting or repelling people based on what we emit. And the most powerful relationships are not built on the looks or status alone. They are built on energetic resonance. When two souls vibrate in harmony, drawn together by something deeper than the eye can even perceive. But here's the truth most people miss. You do not attract what you want. You attract who you are. Let's go a little deeper into understanding this energetic attraction. You see, every person you've ever been drawn to or repelled by has mirrored something in you. That's because we exist on a vibrational spectrum, and we are constantly aligning with people who match our energetic states. Attraction is not random, it's science, it's physics, it's energy. There is an energetic spectrum, and we are constantly vibrating at different frequencies, and our relationships reflect where we are on that scale. Low vibrational attraction are relationships that feel heavy, full of doubt, anxiety, or have power struggles within them. They come from unhealed wounds, attachment fears, or societal conditioning. It's attraction based on need instead of choice. There's an imbalance. One person overgives and the other takes. The connection feels addictive rather than expansive. The foundation is built on external validation instead of inner knowing. High vibrational attraction, or what I like to call soul-aligned connections. These relationships feel expansive, peaceful, and deeply fulfilling. They come from self-awareness, self-love, and a resonance of energy. Attraction is based on mutual recognition, not desperation. Each person is whole on their own, enhancing rather than completing the other. The connection feels safe, exciting, and it's growth-oriented. It's built on authenticity, not a performance. The difference between these two? Energy. And the best part, you have the power to shift your frequency to attract relationships that nourish you instead of drain you. We can't ignore the metaphysical truths of love and attraction. Science and spirituality are finally aligning to reveal what many ancient traditions have known all along. Energy dictates attraction. Based on the law of vibration, the thoughts you think, the emotions you hold, the energy you carry all create a field that's either going to draw in or repel potential partners. The mirror effect tells us that every relationship reflects something within you. If you keep attracting unavailable partners, it may be mirroring an emotional unavailability in you. If you keep experiencing relationships that feel like struggles, you may be carrying an inner belief that love must be hard. Energetic exchange and polarity tell us that masculine and feminine energies exist in all of us, regardless of gender. Harmonious relationships are built on balanced polarity. One person's energy naturally complements the other's. Too much of the same energy creates resistance. Balance creates flow. If you want to attract high vibrational love, you must first become high vibrational. And here's how. To cultivate a love that transcends, we must first break free from the conditioning that has kept our love small, transactional, and performative. And that starts with us. First, we have to heal the inner wounds. We attract what we believe we deserve. If we don't heal our wounds, we'll keep choosing relationships that reflect our unhealed parts. True love begins with self-love, with knowing who you are beyond the roles you were given. Next, you want to be on the road to becoming whole before seeking another. Relationships shouldn't be about completing each other. They should be about expanding one another. When two whole people come together, the connection can become limitless. As you move forward, match energy, not expectations. Instead of looking for someone who fits a checklist, seek someone whose energy aligns with yours. Someone who makes you feel seen, safe, free. Lastly, choose love over fear. Many relationships are built on fear. Fear of being alone, fear of not being enough, fear of losing control. The deepest love is built on trust, on presence, and on the willingness to surrender to something greater than ego. Become the best version of yourself, thereby attracting a partner who resonates with your authentic essence. By valuing yourself, you set a standard for how others should value you. Develop a healthy relationship with yourself by acknowledging your strengths and areas you need growth. Engage in activities that nurture your well-being and foster your self-compassion. Commit to your continuous self-improvement through learning, through self-reflection. This journey enhances your self-awareness and emotional intelligence, equipping you to engage deeply with others. Maintain independence. Preserve your individuality by engaging in personal interest and maintaining relationships outside of your romantic partner. This independence enriches your life and prevents codependency, allowing both of you to thrive individually and together. Communicate authentically. Foster open and honest communication. Express your thoughts and feelings genuinely. This transparency helps to build trust and it encourages your partner to reciprocate, deepening the connection. Practice vulnerability. Opening up and being vulnerable, sharing your true self without fear, invites your partner to do the same. And then you want to cultivate mutual support. Encourage and support each other's aspirations and personal development. This mutual empowerment strengthens your bond and helps you both move closer to your ideal selves, creating a space where you both can authentically connect and flourish together. We are shifting into a new era of love, not one based on superficial attraction or outdated roles, but on true energetic alignment. The relationships that are going to last are built on consciousness, self-awareness, and a deep unseen connection. I'm Felicia, and thanks for watching.